My name is Søren Koch and I'm a law professor at the University of Bergen, the law faculty. And this here is a wonderful edition of Christian V's Norwegian Code. This code replaced the Code of the Realm, which was enacted by King Magnus Lagabøte in 1274. This book is then from the 17th century, 1687. However, there was already earlier a version made by Christian IV in which he translated and heavily revised the Code of the Realm. However, it was Christian V's Norwegian Code, this book here, which it marks basically a rupture of the past of the medieval Norwegian law tradition. This very book is based on a very new ideal of legislation and based on a new legal philosophy and goes into a very different context. Absolutism has been introduced in 1660, and only 6 years afterwards the work on this code was set in motion. However, it took almost 20 years to finish this work, at least in Norway. There was a Norwegian commission, a law commission, which worked heavily on a draft. And they submitted it to Copenhagen, but they were too late. Already at that point, the Danish royal administration had decided that the new Norwegian code would be based on Danish law. And so they borrowed quite heavily from the recently enacted Danish code, which was enacted in 1683. It is therefore first with this book possible or properly to speak about a joint or common Danish-Norwegian legal culture. Even though the two kingdoms were united under the Danish kings already from the 14th century, more precisely 1397, when they entered into the Kalmar Union. The code, as you can see here, is quite big and has thousands of provisions. However, today there are just 6 of these provisions still applicable in law. And there are very few references to these norms today. However, there's one exception. The very basic contractual rules that contracts are to behold can be found in Book 5, Chapter 1, and is still referred to in case law even today. Christian V's Norwegian law can be regarded as a milestone in the Norwegian legal culture. The original, which is located here at the special collection of the Library of the University of Bergen, is a magnificent witness of the past's legislative arts and can be regarded as a very important piece of our legal heritage.